Ooh, pull the trigger too early. Look at that. Boop. Almost there. Oh, Monday. It's hump day. Hump day out there. We finally got this. We're finally almost closer to the weekend than we are the last weekend. I like that's a good sign. It's a good sign. I could use it. I need a weekend. Ooh, we've been busy. They want us busy. Well, I've been busy. That's for sure. Woo! I'm glad it's a half day. It's not a half day. I'm glad it's halfway through the week. Ooh. Anyway, so I don't know those who know. I just recently started a new business, and so I've been putting a lot of effort into that. And you only have so many hours in the day, people. I mean, what do you expect? Jeez, oh man. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sapphire. I can't see without my stupid glasses on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Sapphire. Good morning, First Doctor. The good First Doctor. Patriot or die. I think I said Carrie already. Good morning to you. Tristan. Good morning. If you haven't liked and shared, I don't know what's going on. That is the price of admission around here. You have to like and share. Because what's not to like? Got these fancy glasses on. It's Wednesday. We're almost done with the week. Well, no, we're not. I don't know. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, I guess. But yeah, they want us busy. So here we are. We're busy. I haven't been able to keep track of things like I have been before. Like I have been before because I've been so busy. But that's kind of the trick. You don't necessarily need, and it's probably healthier for us all not to follow the news as closely as I usually do. Most of because you can't do anything, right? You can't change anything from where you're sitting. I can't change anything from where I'm sitting. Speaking of changing things, I've seen that there's ICE agents in the airports. Some people are not very happy about that. The Philadelphia, where's that at? The Philadelphia DA, the one funded by George Soros, Larry Krasner, whatever, who cares, is now threatening to arrest ICE agents working in the airports. Can't make this stuff up.
This is how it works. You commit crimes within the jurisdiction that is the city and county of Philadelphia, I prosecute you.
Wow.
That is how it works. No, I don't take a phone call from the president saying, let him go. No, the president cannot pardon you. I'll say it again. The president cannot pardon you. And yes, I will put you in handcuffs and I will put you in a courtroom. And if necessary, I will put you in a jail cell. If you decide to make the terrazzo floor of this airport anything like what you did in the streets of Minneapolis, which involved the criminal homicide of unarmed, innocent people. We are not having that.
That's the kind of stuff that should get him in trouble.
But let me go back to all,
which involved
the criminal homicide of unarmed, innocent people.
Like, shouldn't he? Man, dude, I don't think you should be able to say that kind of stuff, especially
not
from that position.
But let me go back to all ICE agents who are going to keep their oath, who are going to follow the law and uphold the Constitution of the United States. Thank you for keeping your oath.
Maybe he should keep his.
Any agent who might think about doing it an illegal way, I'll be seeing you in court, and you're not going to like it.
What a scumbag. What a scumbag. It's just a damn shame.
At the airport.
It's looking good, though. It's looking good out there in the airports. Even CNN had to say so.
Well, there may be a celebration here at the airport before it's all said and done, especially for the folks who've been working nonstop, extra shifts. If you look,
wouldn't it be funny if like ICE went in there and just crushed it? Looks like they're doing that now. If they just went out there and crushed it, and then you look around at the TSA people and be like, "Hey, man, well, how come it? Are you guys all just slow and lazy?" Maybe.
Right here, you can see this is the main checkpoint. Almost no lines, no waiting, Sarah. It's unbelievable at this point. This morning started briskly with a lot of people showing up here at the airport. Lines were long. People were waiting about an hour. But when that rush hour went away pretty quickly this morning, we ended up with this. And there seems to be more lines open than normal right now with the TSA workers here breezing people through. In fact, a lot of folks have been showing up shocked at how short the lines are. Take a listen to some of the folks we talked to this morning.
I don't see how extra security could be bad, you know. I mean, they're going to help out and, you know, make things move a little faster. But whether they're doing that or not, we don't know. But extra security is always good to me.
I mean, you think it's not going to be that bad, but then you get here and, you know, you think, oh, man, it really is as bad as they say it is.
So there's a bit of a mix here. So when people were showing up and going right into the TSA pre-check line, a lot of them weren't even checking the main checkpoint line. That line has been open and moving pretty quickly. Some folks just get so used to going to the line they go to, they didn't even check to see what that's like. We've also seen those ICE agents moving through today. A lot of folks are saying they're very pleasant. Look, they're not wearing masks. In fact, on this line right here, you can see two of them standing behind the TSA agents. I'm not sure we can get complete focus on that, but just wanted to show you that they've been walking around the perimeter. Atlanta police have also been added to this equation in terms of showing up extra patrols. But the story right now, Sarah, quite honestly, is the fact that the lines have disappeared. We haven't seen this like in a week. So this is good news. If you have a flight to catch, you should know that you can probably maybe take a deep breath. At one point, this line stretched all the way down the hallway. This one is gone as well. So I guess we'll just give a thumbs up and smile a little bit, Sarah, and take a break.
Yeah,
there may be
that's all you can do, right? That's all you can do. Let me get this stupid thing. Separate views. Let's get that on there. Let's get this on there. This is an interesting. The Sapphire just brought up there. I love that they took away privileges for Congress members.
No longer allow members of Congress to skip TSA lines, at least for now. A spokesperson for the company says it has suspended specialty services for members of Congress. The service traditionally allowed the members to be escorted past the public to allow them to skip the line. The spokesperson wrote that as a result of the government shutdown, the company will, quote, temporarily suspend specialty services for members of Congress.
So and they have to be treated just like us? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. They're supposed to be like royalty. They're supposed to be on top. They're supposed to be escorted through on golden chariots because they are our leaders. And they're better than we are. Absolutely better. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. You know, back in the day, way back in the day, Congress used to have to live by the laws they create. I mean, I know it sounds nuts, but they used to have to live by the laws that they enacted. It's not a crazy idea. Doesn't seem like that's the case so much more anyway. There is this one case. Where's that one at? This one case in the news. Where'd it go? Darn it. Oh, this girl, 20-year-old Cadence Carpenter in Lexington, Kentucky, I believe was arrested for attempted murder. And a long story short, it was basically that she was being, here, I'm going to play the video. It's real quick. Play this real quick. Let's get that up there. Hello. 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 There we go. So that's her there. And apparently she's being surrounded. It looks like not a great situation. I don't know.
Oh, they about to hit us. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. That's none of our business. That's none of our business. That's none of our business. She about to really run through. She about to really run through. She really about to run back through.
Nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing good happens after midnight. You know, I've seen some crazy things in my day, and most of them happened after midnight. My life got a lot more calm when I stopped going out. I was home after midnight, not out after midnight. There's a lot of talk about these mosques going up in we gotta play this one because it's just great. Senator Chris Murphy, the people we care about most, the undocumented. This is your representative.
Citizenship, it was entirely on their terms in order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So you are right that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
The negotiation didn't have a path to citizenship. It was entirely on their terms in order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So you are right that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in.
The quote said that he said undocumented. He just took that a bit of a step further. I don't know if you caught that. He said the people we care about most are undocumented Americans. I don't know any undocumented Americans. Do you? Pretty sure that's not even really a thing. Control the language. Control the language.
To the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
The negotiation.
These are our representatives, people. Our representatives. These people are supposed to represent the American people, not undocumented Americans. Whatever the hell that means. It's just funny, like watching all these things going on. This guy's been making some news lately. But watching all this stuff go on, man, there's so much. There's so much going on. You can't keep track. Who's doing what, yada, yada, yada. And that's the idea, right? Keep us busy. Keep us busy. But I tell you what, even me being as busy as I am, I'm still paying attention. We all should pay attention, at least a little. This guy is interesting. Bongino actually put him on a different clip.
Fair weather MAGA. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh.
For 4 years, we suffered under Biden, and all we wanted was the return of Trump. We get it, and you motherfuckers are the first to complain. He's not doing what he said. No, he's not doing what he said on your timeline. But the kids and the... Do you realize what Trump is doing right now? Our enemies, the traitors to this nation, have some very powerful friends around the world. It's a big club, folks, and you're not in it. And when they start getting attacked here, they call their friends elsewhere and go, hey, can you take care of this? And suddenly we've got a terrorist attack or a school shooting or something weird going on every fucking time. So what does Trump have to do first? Trump has to clear the table of all the people that can cause problems when he goes after the traitors of this nation. I know you don't see the big game because you're not following the big game. You're following the influencers, the fair weather MAGA. Well, good luck with that, motherfuckers.
Oh.
You're watching the Kramer Says Project.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the language, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's tough to keep track. Hey, you got Miss Rachel, this child internet. What do we do here? We're locked up. There we go. Child internet star, Netflix star, YouTube star, fighting to close an ICE facility in Texas. She is political, she says. We just be aware of that stuff whenever we let our kids watch that kind of stuff. You got to pay attention to what your kids are watching because the famous they are sneaky sons of bees. They sneak the propaganda in all over the place to try to influence our children and pull them away from our values. And it's a shame that you have to worry about stuff like that. And the people like that are the people that support that are people like these two these two people are just amazing. So far down the rabbit hole. I just saw this and I couldn't do it without my mouth hanging open.
He's being destroyed. They think Iran is really kicking ass, is really doing something that no one ever thought it would do. And to me, I'm like, do it. Do it, because we've seen 3 years of annihilation of Palestinian people and nobody doing a damn thing. Except Yemen. They want to hang 10,000 kidnapped people from Gaza that are being tortured in prisons. They want to execute them now, hang them. These people, and Germany does not condemn them? Germany doesn't say we cannot put up with this.
Germany is the fig
But
leaf of
all
the
of
American
them,
empire.
but
They're
all
the
of the
fig leaf.
EU, they don't condemn this. That's why they are empowered to keep going
Oh
and
my
keep
goodness.
pushing it and pushing it. Yeah, we're going to hang them. Yeah, we're going to annihilate them. Yeah, we're going to bomb. They can do whatever they want. It's anarchy right now because no government has said sanction Israel, throw them out of the UN, punish them, do something. But no one has done that. Spain just now, after 3 years, Spain has said the ambassador goes. But for God's sake, how much more? This is what I don't understand. Where is the policing power? Who polices power?
We do, citizens. We police power because we have to be more people. Every sentient being has to speak up, and until that happens, the world is trapped in Plato's cave.
Yeah, we're trapped.
We have to throw off the shackles. This movement needs
because
to.
People are scared.
No, they're unwilling to do their homework.
Yeah, you are
and
scared.
look at
Unwilling
real
and
resources.
also fear. Fear is everything. Fear is everything. Fear and apathy, laziness. You know, what can I do? That's what I hear people telling me 24 hours a day. What can I do? Everybody can do something.
People can't see over the edge of their own plate. This is the issue. And there will be more suffering to come. I mean, look at the suffering. It's everywhere you look. There's suffering everywhere.
Everywhere, exactly.
And the sentient beings, they get fired from their jobs because they speak up, and then they become, they self-medicate. They take drugs and alcohol, and then they really lose their apartments, and then they end up homeless. And then in the end, they die by in a socially engineered demolition of society. Society is being collapsed.
Demolished
and the Europeans are being taken with.
Can you imagine being that freaked out all the time? Just being that, like, this is the effect of too much news, too much propaganda, too much. This is too much right here.
With the collapse of the American empire in a controlled demolition, that Donald Trump has been contracted, or maybe otherwise put blackmailed. At the same time, he can profit and declare himself not only viceroy but king of his own new nation, of a realignment of the world powers, hoping to land in the Middle East, thinking that Arabs and Muslims are going to lay down for this program of big tech meets Israeli supremacy. It ain't going to happen, though, because we're going to wake up. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
That's
Iran has
stupid.
showed the world. Iran has shown the world something that is unprecedented. And Trump is shocked, and everybody is shocked. Even Mertz, but they don't want to say it, because of, I'm
He works for
sure.
BlackRock.
No, I understand that. But Trump, even because he's constantly vomiting up stuff, lying and making it. He's a mess. No, he's a mess. He's a mess. Sorry. Oh no.
He's going to sue you.
Trump's not
Who?
lying.
Trump?
Mets.
Oh no, I didn't say.
Okay.
I didn't. I was talking about Trump. I'm just saying he constantly is like, he said he put down the Iranian people, and then at the same time he said, "Oh, these are very clever people." He switched it around because
I that's kind of where that puts me. Let me check out some messages, and then I'm gonna get back to my notes. Get this back on track. Just for those who need to know, I thought this was pretty cool. I'm not actually a doctor. It's just a nickname that I got after I went into cardiac arrest, and then my own heart started back up. My friend said I am my own doctor from the dead. Now you know. Dang, dude, that's a pretty cool story. I know some undocumented Americans, and they were your founding fathers. Oh, remember that Great Britain got rid of our religious extremists and terrorists to travel across the Atlantic and became your founding fathers. Oh, okay. If you're going to pick on someone for misspeaking, there's an orange buffoon who can barely string a sentence together. There is. I have to say, he's like less orange lately, don't you think? Seems like he's less orange than he used to be. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Should we be concerned about the orange tint? I don't know. Yeah. Your beard looks contaminated. Your beard looks contaminated. That's funny. I like that. In Great Britain, we don't need a silly red hat to tell us we are great because the clue has been in our name for longer than America has had a name. How's that whole migrant thing working out for you guys over there? How about those roving gangs? That working out for you? I don't see why it would work out. Trump destroying the USA. Huh. I would hate to. Oh, it's that guy. But focusing on the same person. So the TSA, back to the TSA. We got sidetracked here. Let's get it back on track. And while we're at it, like, share, and subscribe, and all that hubbub. Hit the things, do the things, yada, yada, yada. Now, because of what's going on in Congress, the TSA agents haven't been paid. They're not getting paid. I think I saw a report there was 400 that resigned. Check this real quick. And then Elon Musk offered to pay all the TSA agents' salaries. I read a comment somewhere about that said the government would just keep TSA closed to bankrupt Musk. And I said, they're going to say make him broke. They said, they can't make him broke. He is the richest man in the world. Could you even imagine being able to say that you have the title of the richest man in the world? That'd be crazy. I looked it up. Forbes values him at $839 billion. $839 billion. How many people across America think that makes him their enemy? So yeah, he's valued to have 800, if you liquidate everything, $839 billion. Forbes put him up there on an early March snapshot. 839. So doing some research, I saw that it costs the TSA $23.6 million per day. This is all according to Grok. Payroll's $23.6 million a day for TSA. Elon, if he decided, got me thinking, I'm like, how long could Elon pay the salaries of the TSA workers if he wanted to? Like, until he went broke. Like, how long would he be able to last paying all their salaries? Elon Musk could pay the salaries of all the TSA agents for 35,000 days. 35,000 days. That is 1,151 months. Elon Musk could fund the TSA, pay the salaries, for 96 years. 96 years he could pay their salaries. That's crazy. Can't even fathom how much money that guy has. 839 billion. That's if you had $1 million, but you had that 839,000 times. That's amazing. Like, he has $1,000. Just try to put it in perspective. He has $1,000 839 million times. He has $100 8 billion times. That's unfathomable. People send me. Oh, that's get this going. Yeah, but oh no. Okay. Great Britain had so many red coats. That's a good point. That's a good point. They're having a problem keeping their own culture going over there. New standard for American made. Apparently there's some movement on that. start putting that on beef and stuff like that, which is great. Hey, great. Remember those days back in the day when we were younger and you'd see made in America, made in the USA on the back of your stuff, on your tags? Don't see that much anymore. Yeah, it is typical. The Patriot Act and all that stuff never should have went through. But that's how they get you with the fear. They get you with the fear. Be very scared. Be very scared. Here's a good example of a politician doing what politicians do. Chucky Schumer couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle it.
Here's how we ought to get out.
It's a pretty simple question. I'm no fan of Joe Scarborough, but this is
You got to answer my question first. Yeah. Is it a good thing that Iran, and I think you would agree with me, epicenter of terrorism in the world since 1979, is it good that their military infrastructure is being degraded to the degree that it is? Yes or no?
It's you can't, because it's a premature question. What is going to happen?
What do you mean it's a premature question?
No, I can ask that question.
Well, you can't separate.
No, I can't. So you have a military side of it. I can show you my chart, but I think I threw it away. You have the military side, you have the political side. I'm simply asking on the military side, is it good, regardless of whether we agree with going in or not, is it good that Iran's military infrastructure has been seriously
And again,
degraded?
I have to tell you, Joe, first, you can't, what's going to happen 3 months from now? Is it worth it? What's going to happen? Will the world economy collapse? Will something happen?
Look what he's doing right here. Like, he can't answer the question. Of course it's good that they don't have a strong military anymore. Of course it's good. For goodness sakes, the guy's a Jewish guy. And he won't even say that. That's 100% politics right there. 100%. He can't say it, because if he says it, he's admitting that Trump did something good. And they won't do that. Trump could cure cancer, and they would say it was bad.
Will the whole energy infrastructure of the world go up in smoke? So you have to, when they do it without planning. When
They basically said, hey, if nukes go off 3 months later, 10 months later, or whatever, all across the way, he's getting all these horrible chaos, doomsday situations.
Without understanding where they're going.
Senator.
Where they're going.
But
I don't think it's fair.
It's a trick question.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Let me answer the question for everybody in America. The answer, yes. It's good that the terrorist regime, their military has been, and capabilities have been degraded radically. The question, Mike, though, is political. It's the political question.
No.
What is the political impact? What's the impact in the straits? What's the impact in the region?
Joe, in all due respect, if you ask the American people, if you have the choice of degrading the military structure in Iran, but having gasoline be $6 a gallon, and our economy falling into a deep recession where millions lose their job.
He's drawing the false equivalent that happens. If this happens, that's what's going to happen. If this happens, all this chaos is going to happen. He's drawing a false equivalent so that people panic and get away from Trump. He can't simply admit that it's better that Iran doesn't have a strong military and a navy and all that other crap.
What do you think of
Senator, you're not listening to me. That's the political side.
No, it's not political.
Okay.
It's a consequence, just like me
Even
said.
All right, why don't we talk about the Yankees, because you're not following me here.
I am
With all
following
due
you.
respect.
I just don't agree with you.
No, what you don't understand me. There's a big difference. I would say that most Americans would say it's a good thing that it's degraded. Would they agree that we should have gone to war, Mike? I think most Americans, you look at the votes, they don't want this war.
Okay.
They don't want this war, but there is, it's something that I think the Democrats should be, I think it's something, with all due respect, Democrats should be clear about. Iran has tried to kill Americans since 1979.
Okay.
Two things, hold on. Two things can be true at once. It can be good that Iran's killing machine has been degraded. At the same time, the consequences may outweigh the good that come from that.
Okay,
It's okay
look,
to say that.
I don't disagree with you.
It's not okay for him to say
the
it.
fact
He can't
that
say it.
the leader Khamenei is gone, no one regrets that. The fact that Iran has less ability to create military trouble is no one disputes that. But you have to look, I don't think it's political, to be very honest with you. It's the consequences, the military, the geopolitical, the economic.
You just said geopolitical.
You gotta let me finish.
You just said what I was saying, the geopolitical consequences.
Right, it's not just the economic consequences. Right. Again, let me ask the question again. If you ask the American people and you had the package together, because we don't know how bad it's going to get, but we know it's pretty bad now. I think most of them would have said, no, we shouldn't have gone to war. And by the way,
most of them have said that.
Yeah, we shouldn't have gone to war.
Right.
And I'll tell you this, if they would have done it right, if they would have voted, if the Republicans would have voted with us on the War Powers Act, all these questions would have been asked ahead of time.
Right.
Instead of Donald Trump's willy-nilly, one day yes, one day no, this is our reason, that is our reason.
Right.
So I don't think the question can be taken in just one slice.
Right.
Yeah. All right, I think we found some common ground.
Maybe
that man is a traitor to America. The man sitting on the left of the screen there is oh wait, I'm on the left of the screen. Hang on a second. Wait a second. There we go. The guy on the left of the screen there is a traitor to America. He's a traitor to the people. Congress is full of traitors. Yes, traitors. There's a punishment listed in the Constitution for treason and things like that. I wonder if that should come into play. I would never suggest that ever. That's no good. I can't do that. That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair. Can't wait till they get rid of him. Yeah. The thing is, the crazies are taking that party over, though. So, I mean, he's not any better. Don't get me wrong. I guess it's one horrible situation versus another horrible situation. I see there's been a couple videos of ICE people getting arrested and not ICE people getting arrested, but illegal aliens getting arrested in these cringy videos in the airports.
Like you goofballs.
This is interesting. There's a little bit of Dan Bongino I thought was interesting. He's talking about General Flynn and company, and I'd be like Ivan Reichland and all those guys. Let's see.
By the way, Igor, you don't have as many friends as you think you have.
I believe he's talking to Ivan when he says Igor.
I'll leave it at that. Because unlike you goofballs, I try my best to keep information private. However, you want to play? Let's play. Here's another one. Here's Mike Flynn, who I defended. And listen, if you watch this show and you're a P1, you're like, man, Dan, no one went to bat for this guy like you did. Yeah, I know. Now, all of a sudden, the grift started. And once they get used to the grift, it changes people. It's what changed Joe Kent. They see what happens with these guys like Kent and Flynn and his son and Igor is there is a small group. I told you it's the Mansur Olson, concentrated interest, diffuse cost. There's a concentrated interest of people who really just hate the Jews and everyone else. And if they find you to be a useful idiot like Flynn and everyone else, they will make you a hero. So these guys want to be feted and they want palm fronds out there. Oh, we love you because they know no one else cares about them except the small group of people. You know, it's crazy, but Bill Maher said it right this weekend. Bill Maher was like, no one knows any of these people. They know Trump. Their concentrated interest, they love these guys. See, I don't feel the need to be, but all you need to do to be popular is come out tomorrow and tell people how much you hate the Jews. Really, everybody on Twitter, all of a sudden the bots, you're the best.
Opportunists.
I actually care, though, about doing the right thing. And that's the wrong thing. Not like these tools. Here's Daddy a little while ago. Here again. You want to see the PSYOP in action? He claims to have some hidden knowledge, Mike Flynn Sr., about the Charlie Kirk crime scene he was never at. Knows nothing about the investigation at all, but he's got hidden knowledge, folks. He's got hidden. He just doesn't tell you what it is. It's about 25 seconds or so. But I want you to listen to this. And again, who's the fraud and the liar? Check this out.
I've seen quite a few people over the years, but I got all this information. I get all this crazy information. Wait till you hear what I have to say. Oh, okay, cool. That's a cool story, bro. Can I get some facts? Can I get some confirmation so that I can confirm that this is actually true? No? Oh, no receipts. Dan has lost all credibility. I have to admit, I'm not as big a fan of his as I used to be. But I wouldn't say he's lost all credibility. That's the kind of the problem. I don't know. There's bad actors for sure, and we shouldn't trust them at all. But then there's other people out there in the mix that maybe make some mistakes, maybe whatever, but it doesn't mean that you completely disregard them completely. Bongino makes a lot of really good points, makes a lot of really good arguments. I don't agree with him on some stuff. I don't agree with him whenever he was on a podcast. I guess I could find the clip somewhere, but he was on a podcast somewhere and they asked him, what's near and dear to your heart? I believe that's what they said. And he said, Israel. What do you mean Israel, man? You're American. What are you talking about? So I don't think he's lost all credibility, but did I meet him in DC? No. Oh, Ivan. Yeah. I did down on the lawn. And then when we went to CPAC that one year, he was with us. So yeah, I've met him, spent a little time with him. Got his number here somewhere, but I was impressed by his speaking ability, but I look more for character. So, it's a little tougher for me. This is a story that I thought everybody should hear. Breaking news: after it was revealed that 50 mosques were opened in Dallas-Fort Worth in the last 24 months, a woman discovered that the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, his largest donor, is a Pakistani Muslim who has given more than $14 million, including $2 million to Governor Abbott.
I'm going to tell you why it's always important to follow the money, and we're going to start.
On a side note, things like this is why citizen journalism and X and social media and different things like that are important, because otherwise, back in the day, the media had complete control. I mean, 100% control on what we saw. Okay. They had complete control of all the information that we digested. They didn't have to worry about it because they decided what we saw. But when social media came out and X and these citizen journalists and live streamers and this and that and this and that, they lost that control. So their tactics changed.
I'm going to tell you why it's always important to follow the money, and we're going to start with a Pakistani man named Syed Havad Anwar. Now, Anwar was elected to the Texas Board of Higher Education in 2015 by Greg Abbott. Now, who is this random Pakistani man? He's actually the owner of Midland Energy. Midland Energy obviously produces oil and gas for the state of Texas. And
we have to also, on a side note, I just want to put this out there. We're also going to have to disregard the nose ring. Disregard the nose ring. Typically that means something. This case, not so much.
Although appointed in 2015 to the Texas Board of Higher Education, in 2020, you'll be glad to know that he was Greg Abbott's top donor of $5,599,500 for the 2020 election. But wait, it gets better, because in 2024, he was also the top donor with $6,120,268. But wait, it gets even better, because in Greg Abbott's current election cycle, this man has already became the top donor with a whopping $2,897,086. Wow. Now, with a Pakistani man being his top donor, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. So if you're ever sitting here questioning why Greg Abbott isn't putting a stop to the Islamic invasion happening in Texas, there's your answer.
He did beat cancer a few years ago, lymphoma, I think. So that's a bit tricky. Here in the state of Pennsylvania, I kind of agree with that. I'm a little ignorant on Dan, the whole situation, to really have an opinion. I I understand there's different shackles that you have to wear when you're working in government. So, you know, blah, blah, blah. PA House Democrats ruled an amendment to eliminate property taxes. They had an amendment to eliminate property taxes. And the Democrats ruled it unconstitutional so that they wouldn't have to take a vote on it. Then when Representative Fritz tried to speak in favor of the amendment, the acting speaker cut him off mid-speech. This is our government, people.
Pennsylvania. Gentlemen will suspend.
I hear from my constituents on a very regular basis the need to eliminate property taxes in Pennsylvania. Well, today we had a bill put up. It is a bill that a colleague of mine has been working on for 15 years. It is very, very sound. It will result in the elimination of property taxes in Pennsylvania by the year 2030. I spoke about it on the House floor. I got gavelled down. I'm very, very passionate about this topic. But here's the reality. The Pennsylvania Dems in the House voted today against property tax elimination. Please keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yes.
They voted against property tax elimination in Pennsylvania.
The matter is declared to be unconstitutional.
That's it. Boom. Now you won't have that anymore. It's like, what are you talking about? What is going on? Why can't we eliminate that? Then we'll just end with a couple little shorter clips here. This is an interesting.
You know what?
No one ever talks about it. So I'll talk about it. Tom Homan.
Releasing so many people. You know why the Biden administration released millions of people in the United States? No one ever talks about it. I'll talk about it. Why did they release people into the interior of the United States and put them, rather than put them into an ice bed? Why not put them in an empty ice bed at $127 a night rather than in a hotel room at $500 a night? They did it on purpose. Because when you put them in ice detention bed, they get a hearing in 35 days. Court records show 9 out of 10 people claim asylum, get order removal, they're gone. But if you release them and put them in a hotel room at $500 a night, their hearings can be 5, 7, 9 years if you pull out all appeals. And what are they hoping for then?
Yep.
That another Democrat administration is in power. They can warrant amnesty to millions. This is about selling this country off for future political power.
Yep.
That's what it was. The law clearly says if you arrive at our border without proper documentation, you shall be detained. Not maybe, not think about it, shall. And that's what President Trump's doing. Catch and release is over. That's what the law says, and that's what we've done.
Pay attention. There's reasons they do that stuff. We still need schools. We still need failing schools, right? That's a good point. Yeah. So property taxes goes to the schools. Doesn't seem right. I mean, why are grandparents paying for my kids to go to school? We already throw more money at students than I think any country in the world, I believe. I look it up, but I think we do that with more money than any other country in the world. And our students don't, more money doesn't reflect in the testing scores, doesn't reflect in anything really. They just throw more money at the problem. There will be other ways to finance these things. Government already has more money than they need. They waste so much of it. Just found out that Uncle Sam has no relation to me. Okay. Yeah, the system needs reform. That's for sure. It needs reform. We'll see. One more of these. One more of these. Because why not?
All right, this is for your viewing pleasure. For those of you who are getting really annoyed at the ankle biters and the zeros and the Igor Ogre little guys of the world trying to sabotage our movement, this guy Tim Kramer unloaded on him. This is a great video. Check this out.
Fair weather MAGA. Go f yourselves. For 4 years, we suffered under Biden, and all we wanted was the
I thought he
return of
played
Trump.
Who said?
Oh well, I thought that was different. That was the same one I played this morning. Dang it! Stupid me. Stupid. Sorry, guys. I'll try harder. The Supreme Court's probably going to overturn laws in 29 states that allow mail-in ballots to come in up to 5 days after Election Day. 5 days.
Count ballots received after Election Day in a case that could have an impact in nearly 30 states that allow some kind of grace period. The RNC is challenging a Mississippi law that allows ballots to be counted up to 5 business days after Election Day if they're postmarked by Election Day. Justice Alito was among the biggest skeptics during Monday's arguments.
Independence Day, birthday, and Election Day, and they're all particular days. So if we start with that, if I have nothing more to look at than the phrase Election Day, I think this is the day in which everything is going to take place.
But Justice Kagan questioned the impact of that logic on practices like early voting.
It seems to me it's a rule that prevents early voting because you're basically saying there are 2 things that have to happen, and they have to happen on Election Day.
Meaning the casting of the vote and the receipt of that vote. But attorney Paul Clement, representing the RNC, said the argument is that the process be consummated or completed by Election Day. A number of the justices also raised the issue of the potential for the appearance of fraud when votes arrive and are counted after Election Day. And there wind up being shifts in vote totals and how that may impact public confidence.
Yeah. I don't get it. Do you get it? I don't get it. If we all work together, we could change the garbage that's going on in Washington. Amen. Absolutely, we could. 100%. And the thing is, they know that. They know that. Unfortunately, the Washington elite doesn't want us to work together. 100%. Because if we do, they lose. They don't want to lose because that means they lose power. No. There would still be mail-in voting and that kind of things for, especially, I mean, I agree that there should be mail-in voting, but that should be just like it was before for really sick people, shut-ins, military that are stationed somewhere, those kind of things. You should absolutely get a vote for sure. That's why they divide us. Amen. They have no power. Exactly. They have no power. And Corn Pop was a real bad dude. Let's see. What else we got here on this hump day? We're going to do the prayer today. I forgot. I haven't done it in a minute, but it's going to be a little tricky because as you can see, it's a bit ripped right there. It's a bit ripped. So we'll have to guess. But yeah, that's why they divide us. They need us separated because we're stronger together. Hey, Bailey, thanks for joining us. Let's be honest about the schools. Yeah, we need them, sure. But we don't need them the way they are. They need to be reformed for sure. They waste far too much money. And paying taxes on a house that you already own every year it's just rent to the government. That means they own it. If you don't pay the property taxes, they can come take it, right? I mean, you're not really an owner. You're a renter with a mortgage at that point. Maybe if the schools spent their money more responsibly. Do we need to spend a ton of money on football? Possibly not. We spent a ton of money on football. We got a couple kids playing football. That stuff's expensive. It's expensive. I don't remember back in the day. I thought it was You just wanted to play, you played. I mean, you're playing for the school after all. U.S. teachers are the most poorly funded teachers in the Western world. I don't know about that. I mean, there's truth to that for sure. Ding. And indoctrinating our children, that would help too. They aren't bare bones as it is. Teachers get paid nothing. I'm not attacking teachers, but property taxes is not the way to do it. Property taxes are not the way to do it. Yes, it should be, but it is not. We're paying quite a bit. But that's okay because my kids want to play. So I want to let them play. That's what we should do. We should be able to charge the school with advertising. It's funny. I want to advertise my new business, and I was thinking about putting one of those banners up. They have banners around the stadium. I looked it up yesterday. $1,500 to put a banner up on a fence. I'm like, oh man, that's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. I'm 100% a conservative American. Amen to that. Could use a few more of those. We could use a few more of those. This guy, I'm going to play this just because it's a dramatic moment. Real estate attorney Brian McKenna cried like a newborn in court after he got sentenced up to 6 years in prison for stealing $4.4 million in COVID funds. McKenna claims he blew the money on his CEO girlfriend and son's mental health.
I did these crimes, and I deserve to go to jail. I don't know what else to say for myself. I'm so sorry.
You got to give him some props. I did these crimes. I deserve to go to jail. I don't know what else to say. Good for him.
Mr. McKenna, I understand, and I really appreciate you taking full responsibility. Under indictment 759. Yes, please. Please, no worries.
Granted this 6 weeks because it was very helpful to my son.
Thank you very much, sir. But ultimately, sir,
You're going to jail.
right? Under indictment 73900.
That should be free.
20.
They pay for the thing.
Where you pled guilty to grand larceny in the second degree in violation of Penal Law 155.40, which is a C felony. You're hereby sentenced to 1 to 3 years in prison. To run concurrent under indictment 70277 of 2025, where you pled guilty to grand larceny in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 155.42, which is a B felony. Your sentence as to that charge is 2 to 6 years in prison.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It's the nicest.
Oh, no, we're searching back.
They're so cordial and nice to each other. It's weird. He stole $4.4 million in
Bail is
COVID funds.
exonerated. Bail is exonerated.
They spent $4.4 million, stole $4.4 million in COVID funds and spent them on his girlfriend and his son. Good for him. I mean, I don't know what it was before that, but I mean, good for him. Although he is backed into a corner now. He was already convicted and all that stuff. I think he ended up getting 3. The first one was 1 to 3 years. The second one was 2 to 6 years. So, yeah, absolutely. Scumbag, all that stuff for sure. It's just nice to see someone get sentenced and not freak out, not fight the officers, not get into a fight in court, not see people in the galley freaking out and whatever. Trump steals that much from the American people per hour. Okay. I mean, it's ridiculous comments like that make people not take you serious. That's not a serious statement. It's a statement, but it's not a serious one. We should be more serious. Women don't wait for no man. Man. Hey, if you're new here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're here a couple times a week. Typically, we do Monday morning, Wednesday morning, and Saturday and Sunday morning. And then on Thursday night, we do our original show, Thursday Night Live, with Faith, my beautiful wife. She joins us. Sometimes she'll be on camera, you know. Oh, you know what? Selective sentencing. Oh, I gotta find this one story. I have to find this one story. Give me 1 second here. I know I shared it, but I gotta find it because it's just it's absolutely outrageous. I know I shared this thing. I know I did. Maybe I didn't. We'll get there. Hang on. Give me a second. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's all right. We're gonna look it up. If I don't find it, I'll just tell you about it. But I'd like to there we go. Perfect. Here we go. 2 men both pleaded guilty to a 15-year-old boy making child porn received different sentences from 2 different judges. Check this out. This is outrageous.
The court found these 2 men guilty of the same charges after a plea deal. Investigators said they would go alone on several different occasions to a home in West Omaha, crawl through a basement window to have sex with a 15-year-old boy, and manufacture child pornography. Last summer, when it came time for sentencing Eric Bergstrom for first-degree sexual assault, Judge Derek Vaughn ordered him to serve 30 to 50 years in prison. For visual depiction of sexually explicit conduct, 20 to 35 years in prison. With Nebraska's good time law, he'll spend 25 years in custody. Earlier this month, co-defendant Bradley Perry faced a different judge for the same exact charges. This time, Douglas County District Court Judge Rich McGowan gets the case because the other judge had been promoted to the Nebraska Supreme Court. Judge McGowan's sentence for Bradley Perry for first-degree sexual assault, probation. The sentence for child pornography, 3 years. In court, the state argued that Judge McGowan should consider a similar sentence to what the co-defendant received by the other judge. According to court transcripts, Judge Rich McGowan replied, Judge Vaughn is not here or available to make decisions on Mr. Perry's sentencing. I am the law. The governor has entrusted me to make this decision. On Friday, I emailed Judge McGowan what he meant by I am the law and how he can render a sentence that is lower than the state statute minimum sentence for first-degree sexual assault of 1 year. He hasn't replied to my message.
Of course he hasn't. What the hell is going on?
The court found...
What is going on? I don't even know what to say. This is in America. Like, what is happening right now? On a side note, how do you think that dude that got the 30 to 50 years is going to feel in like 3 years when his boy who did the same stuff he did gets out of jail? I mean, damn, I'll be mad. I'll be mad. I'd be mad. All right. It is 7 o'clock and I have some jobs to get to. So I will leave you with this. Smile. Oh, let's do the prayer real quick. Don't forget that. We're going to do the prayer real quick. Let me pull that up and we'll get to it. Let's pull that up here. All right. The prayer of faith shall save. James 5:15. Lord, increase our faith, but it may be enabled to remove mountains of difficulty from our way. May it be our shield with which to quench the darts of temptation. May it steady and encourage us as we endeavor to form our plans and assume our duties and responsibilities in accord with thy will. May it deliver us from fearful anxiety, respecting our own welfare and that of our loved ones whom we commit to thy care. May it incline us to be forgiving and patient and considerate and sympathetic. May it prompt us to be gracious and kindly words and deeds. May it save us from being too much gratified by, there's a rip in the page, something, and from being too much weighed down by blame. I think it says suffer. There's a tear in the page. Lend zest to the day. Toil and quicken us. Renewed energy and fidelity in our work. May it impel us to humanity and gratitude when we are guaranteed prosperity and happiness. And may it preserve us against bitterness and gloom of spirit. If want and sorrow become our position, may it strengthen our hold upon possessions that abide and be unto us the evidence of things not seen and the substance of things hoped for. May it assure us each day as we fare on our pilgrimage that thou art nigh, and lead us into the blessed experience of companying with thee as a man walketh and talketh with a friend. Amen. That was nice. That was nice. That was good. Sorry for the reading there. As you see, there was some holes in that page. It's an old book. It's from 1919. So God bless you guys. Hope everybody has a great day. Smile at a stranger. Make sure to pray for your enemies. And remember that we're all in this together, guys. We're all in this together. We're in the same boat together. Hate my politics. Hate my opinion. Don't hate me.